It still surprises me to this day the amount of marketers as well as small business owners who want to appear and demand that they show up in the organic section. That's that natural selection further down the maps. Let's dive in a little bit deeper and I'll show you where you really want to be and some of the compelling evidence. Let's go! Today's video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dive in and look at organic and map rankings. We'll also do a live scan report, and then we'll also look at some GSC data that's really interesting. Back to the map portion, let's just zoom in here a skosh, and we'll talk a little bit about what Google thinks, what Google knows, and trying to provide what Google's trying to do for me as a user. This is a fairly broad search, roofing contractors, but Google is smart enough to know to say, hey, we're going to trigger this as a local query, meaning I'm not going to get the big brands on a national search. They also note that it's not e-commerce type shopping. It's focusing on local because it knows someone is likely going to need to come to my home or business, do a repair, or do some sort of estimate. And therefore, notice how it knows my hometown, where I'm currently located at, in my house. It focuses, it even reminds you, hey, they serve Middleton. Oops, sorry, that probably cost you money. Whoops, my bad. Notice it says serves Middleton, right? Trying to feed the customer, the local consumer. Then we have now the third ad appearing. I haven't even gotten to the map, haven't even gotten down to the organic. Here's the fourth ad. These actually perform very well. And notice that these guys are in Boise, but they have targeted the Middleton area. That's easily a 12, 15 miles away. We have in the number one position with only 37 reviews and a business that's been around 3 years, Mike's Roofing Repair. And notice it's in Middleton. It's really a near me search. It's right in my backyard. Now, here's a little bit of combination of keyword stuffing, but also prominence. Prominence is this is a big brand, a big website. They have big money and they are well known. And therefore, Google says even though they are 12 miles away out in Meridian, they have 783 reviews, a 4.9 rating, and they are using roofing and contractors in their name, exactly what I searched. So Google is saying, hey, we think you might be really happy with this customer. Bork Roofing comes in number 3, and they are just 5 miles away out in Star, Idaho. So show me the organic. Oh, well, wait. We have these assholes, Yelp, right? Everyone else hates Yelp, but if you're a small business owner, you definitely want to have a profile. Just kiss their ass. Don't give them any money, but you need to be there. Monitor these reviews. Make sure you have photos. Make sure that that page is optimized because look what's happening. It's getting picked up and you need to be there. Same thing with the BBB. Again, we don't have a local ranking yet. We don't have a local customer. We have directories. And this is a trusted directory of roofing contractors. You can get a free listing. Look at this. This is a telltale sign. Now, where am I at now? 7, 8? Let's count. Let's count how many things that were distracting me on this search. 1, 2, 3. There's 4 in that map. 7, 8, 9. 9. So here we are. Google's basically saying, hey, dumbass, are you sure? Are you sure that maybe one of these other questions might entice you? Because they just gave me 9 great choices and I haven't done anything yet. So when you see this, especially the higher it is, this is where Google's basically saying, hey, you know what? Nothing really matters too much after this. And lo and behold, that strong brand, Idaho Roofing Contractors, they have a dedicated Middleton page. These local service pages, they primarily work for the big brands. If you are well known and you're getting the traffic, they can certainly help you rank there. Oh my gosh, find the related products. Holy crap. So again, clear signals. Your ego, do you want to be down here? Yes. Will it help you in some respect on the map? Definitely. But where the money is at is right here in that 3-pack area. And look at the ads. You've got to be found. I track all kinds of clients and different sites, and even sites I don't even monitor. Sorry, I want to monitor them, but they're not clients. One of them I wanted to dive in. This is an interesting one, Supreme Seal Coating. So here, let's do this. Let's zoom in. And this is interesting because this is a brand new domain. It's also a service, right? It's a SAB. They do have an address. They do serve a popular city in the Boise Metro. Note that this was added in the first week of June, so it's 5 months in based on this rank tracker. And this is from Authority Labs. Let's go ahead and just put this in order from 1 on down. One thing I wanted to key in on is look over here. This A position, that means that's the number 1 position on Google Maps. B is number 2, and C is number 3. And that's specific to the city of Meridian, and it's also mobile. And that's also key, guys, is a mobile view. What is this? 3 inches wide, maybe 6 inches deep, this teeny tiny screen. Can you imagine what this is going to look like on a mobile phone? Yeah, whoop. Oh, look at this. It's teeny tiny. Look at the results. And that's part of the reason why easily 60-65% of searches are going to be on mobile, and it doesn't necessarily matter so much to be found here. If you really want to get the leads and you want to grow your business, you've got to focus on the higher up on the map side. So, good stuff. Here, this is just more of data, right? I just wanted to be very transparent. Let's do this. Let's jump over to a scan report with Local Falcon. And so on August 18th, let's also zoom in so you guys can see. August 18th, I ran Seal Coating Boise, average ranking at 5.17. That's down here with a solution. Is that what they call that? What do they call that again? Usually you like to see that number as high as possible. Then I ran it again on September 2nd. So here it is, late October. So we are easily 50 days. What we're going to do, I'm going to click and do a new search. And then we'll come back to this and see what has happened if we've had any improvement. Because remember, maps is where it's at. So how this works, I'm just going to run the scan again. Yes, run the scan, blah, blah, blah. It's been queued. We'll come back to that. Let's jump over to map ranking. So this is the business, Supreme Seal Coating, and clearly it's new, right? Doesn't have a lot of reviews. Let's go look at the performance. So this is the Google Business Profile performance. The data is, it's a little sketchy, but it's better than nothing. Clearly it's only been since May, and clearly we know what. Now, this is a bit of a seasonal business. These guys spray a black tar, a special bitumen seal coat down on asphalt from especially areas that might get overly hot or overly cold, and you get asphalt parking lots and streets that just fall apart and break. Since the site was launched, we had a big surge, and then it's dropped down. But this is interesting. We've still seen some positive trends, which you're like, good job on the marketing side, but we are going into winter. These guys need to perform their tasks at, I believe, at like above 50-degree temperature and like over 3 to 4 hours. So this is really more of a seasonal business. We had note that calls tremendously increased in the summer. We've got a few more bites. It's not off the chart. I'm not boasting about this performance, okay? I'm just looking at the general data itself. Noting that directions, that's good, trending up. Website clicks, oh, naughty, Mr. Lambo. What were you doing in the month of June? Shh, we don't talk about that, okay? That's the secret stuff. Let's jump over to the Google Search Console. Now, here is where we get some juicy data. This is the performance over the last 6 months. And what I want you to really dive into is, this is clicks. This is this first column here. Maybe I'll do one more zoom in. So this first column is clicks, and then this is impressions. And just as a reminder, the city that they have their GBP is in Meridian, And a lot of on-page targeting is also for the large metro, Boise. But what do you notice in the keyword searches here as we go down? We are seeing a couple things. We see that these are local searches, almost all of them, because we see the word Meridian, we see the word Boise being added, and we also see near me. When you do a near me search, that almost always is going to trigger the maps, and we're also seeing that we're getting those clicks from that. Yes, there's times that people might be looking for an asphalt seal coat. Who knows? They might want to go to Home Depot. They might actually want to order it and do the seal coating themselves. It's good too that we have the brand name, and we do have certainly brand search is number one. Duh. If you don't see that, you have a branding problem. Here's another one too for seal coat. Most likely people want to buy the product, but very compelling evidence that where the actual clicks are coming from is triggered local. So that means you have to build a local page and you have to be found locally in the maps. All right, let's go back over to the scan report. What's Lambo hoping for? So it was a 4.77 was before. It was back in late August of 5.17. The scan is in progress. Let's go. I think if I refresh properly.
Let's go!
Oh, hallelujah. So everything has gone way up, baby. Let's go look. You're like, you son of a bitch. You did this earlier. I know you did, Lambo. I know you're up to these tricks. No, I didn't. I just know that what actually works. This is seal coating Boise. And bada boom, bada bing, there we are, dominating quite a bit of the valley. And let me zoom, and a boom, boom. Okay, let's go like this, go like this. This is there's a huge amount of retail establishments all along here. Here we get certainly more rural. This is the old downtown, and definitely we have the main heart of the downtown city, the skyscrapers. Likely we have competition, and we're also seeing distance, right? So what are we talking here? This is 5 miles. Pretty genuinely awesome. I'm impressed. So that's great. The money, guys, is in the maps. You got to be here. You get the clicks. You get the performance. You get the ranking, and maybe you get some stuff.
On a fucking Friday. It's 9 p.m. on a fucking Friday. Get the fuck, get the fuck. Let's go.